It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news. This is the Southwest Outdoors Report, powered by Chevy Silverado, the official truck of the outdoors.
Hi everybody, what does a fisherman do when he goes on vacation? Well, if you're me, you come to a fantastic fishing destination and you go fishing, but not just anywhere. On today's show, I would like to welcome you into beautiful Big Cedar Lodge, which is located on Table Rock Lake, the southwestern corner of the great state of Missouri. Table Rock is a crystal clear lake with some of the most gorgeous scenery in the mountains surrounding the lake, and it is teeming with 6 or 7 different species of game fish. And on today's show, we're going to be meeting up with Brian Snowden, who fishes for bass at the top level of the professional bass fishing circuit, the Bassmaster Elite Series. Brian lives on this lake, guides on Table Rock, and on today's show, he's going to take us out and show us some of his spots for smallmouth bass, spotted bass, and maybe largemouths. And while we're out doing that, we're taking you around the Southwest region for your latest fishing reports. From Louisiana with Cajun Phil and Kevin, Oklahoma with Gary Dollahan, Texas freshwater with Brian Hughes, and along the Texas Gulf Coast with Bill Olson. We'll also have your Big Catch of the Week, your Ask the Pro, your Academy Right Stuff, and your Lowrance Hot Lake of the Week. So right now we're going to meet up with Brian Snowden, jump in his beautiful Nitro Z9 bass boat, fully equipped, go out on Table Rock Lake and do a little exploration, and right now you go back to the FSN studios for your Chevy weekend planner.
Let's take a look at the Salooner tables to help plan your weekend fishing trip. Peak times during the day will start around 1:15 on Saturday and 2:10 on Sunday. Expect the sun to rise at 7:31 and set at 6:54. And we just had a full moon on Tuesday, so evenings should still be fairly bright with the moon 89% illuminated. Also, there is a Hooked on Chevy Kid Fish event taking place Saturday from 9 a.m. until noon in Weatherford, Texas. Kids will have a chance to win prizes and catch fish, and the whole family will have a good time. Visit southwestoutdoorsreport.com and log in as a fan club member, then click on the Hooked on Chevy link to view all of the times and locations. Stay with us, we still have your freshwater and coastal fishing updates from around the region.
The Southwest Outdoors Report, powered by Chevy, is brought to you by Chevy Silverado, the official truck of the outdoors. Buy quality award-winning Tracker boats. Fish the finest. Lowrance, maker of the HDS, high-definition systems, and Academy, right stuff, low price, every day.
We made it out on Table Rock, and we're with Brian Snowden, who's one of the top fishermen on the Bassmaster Tournament Trail. Spot, good spot.
Yeah, that's a nice spot for here.
Quit jumping. There we go. All right, look at this. That is a fat, chunky, spotted bass. Look at how healthy and how wide that fish is. You can tell he's a spot by the sides, by the lines down his sides. And caught him on a little football head jig, little mouth. And there you go, a good Table Rock bass here in the fall. Let him go back. Watch that, swim away. Brian, tell us just a little bit about Table Rock. Give us an overview for someone that's never been here. What kind of a lake is this?
Well, Table Rock's a highland reservoir, deep, clear. You know, it's got a lot of structure, man-made and natural, a lot of timber underneath the water, and it's deep, clear. So like what we're sitting in now, we're on a break. We're in 50 feet of water, casting up into that 25, 30 foot range. And we just like, you know, to fish a lot of rock. And the beautiful thing about Table Rock is you can catch all 3 species. We got a great smallmouth population. As you can see, good Kentucky bass or spotted bass. And we do have some really nice largemouth in here.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by Wild Point Whitetails. Now, with good clean lodging, real home-cooked meals, and deer most of us can only dream about, Wild Point is your destination for Texas whitetail and exotic hunting. Now, this week we're going to visit Caddo Lake. It's our only natural lake in the state of Texas, and it's always shallow, but now during the drought, it's even more so. But Guide Billy Carter has turned me onto a bass pattern that'll get you bit on Caddo. Go to the river channel and fish where you find lily pads, especially in the bends. Start in the morning with a frog on top of the pads, then go to a chatterbait or Texas rig plastic worm in black, blue, or purple, and work that around the edges of those pads in the channel. You'll catch some bass. Now over on Toledo Bend, the channel trick works there as well, but now we're talking about the old river channel with bends and brush, and we're fishing for crappie. Drop your minnows, drop your crappie jigs, that'll get you caught on Toledo Bend. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by Wild Point Whitetails. Now let's check in with Mr. Bill Olson. He's on the coast.
Hi folks, Texas Outdoors Journal brings you this week's report. For the very best monthly coastal and inland fishing information, plus year-round hunting tips, check out our award-winning magazine. Pick up a copy of Texas Outdoors Journal on newsstands or subscribe securely at the website on the screen. Well, more cool weather is making its way toward the Texas coast. Look for tides to drop, draining back lakes and marshes. Bird activity has also been good on portions of Galveston, Sabine, and Matagorda Bays for trout and redfish. Now, mid-coast anglers are seeing a good topwater bite early when the wind is light, while drifting potholes and shorelines. Dagger Island, the Ingleside shoreline, behind St. Joe, Mustang, and South Padre Islands, Emmert's Hole, the Meadows are all producing good fish. Flounder activity is also good at the drains and channel drops. South Bay on the lower coast has given up redfish, trout, puppy drum, flounder, and scattered snook on a variety of baits. While the bay activity is heating up, the beachfront on light wind days continues to hold some good action for speckled trout. Bull redfish action continues around jetties and piers. Packery Channel and the Port Aransas jetties has lots of redfish making their way toward the Gulf. Offshore action out of Freeport, Port O'Connor, Port Aransas, and Port Isabel continues to be good when the winds have allowed. Kingfish, dorado, vermilion snapper, and sharks have kept anglers' rods bent while fishing the Gulf. This weekend, both Saturday and Sunday have a double tide schedule of 2 high and 2 low tides each day. I'm Bill Olson, and I'll see you on the coast.
All right, we've got one spot. Let's see what this one is. That's another little spot.
Yeah. Well, they're pretty, aren't they?
They are beautiful. I love these fish. Swing him up. All right, well, we have got it going on at Table Rock. There's another nice spotted bass from Table Rock. I'm just gonna pop him over the side right there. And going into this next break, I'm gonna show you a few shots of where we're staying. You cannot believe Big Cedar Lodge. Everything you could possibly want in one location. You got beautiful lodges, fantastic rooms, unbelievable views, very interesting things to look at. Some animals from prehistoric times. You've got fantastic walking and jogging trails, fishing, a beautiful marina. You can't beat a vacation here at Table Rock at Big Cedar Lodge. Stay with us. When we come back, Gary Dollahan's up next from Oklahoma.
The Southwest Outdoors Report, powered by Chevy, is brought to you by Academy. Right stuff, low price, every day. Nitro Performance Bass Boats. Fish your best in a Nitro. Costa Del Mar Sunglasses. See what's out there. And by Chevy Silverado, the official truck of the outdoors.
All right.
Well, I think it feels like a pretty nice one. I wonder if this is another big Kentucky.
We're on Table Rock Lake today, by the way. We're out of our region a little bit. Normally we don't come this far, but came on a little weekend vacation. Another spot. All right, Brian. This is Brian Snowden, who guides on this lake and fishes tournaments, and that makes a couple of nice spotted bass for us. Walking back there and show them what a good spot looks like. We don't have spots like that in Texas, Brian. Our spotted bass or little Kentuckys are about like this.
As you can see, this is a normal size for here. They get they'll get up to 4 or 5 pounds.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So this is a normal keeper. We've got a great population of spotted bass. When we're guiding in the summertime, you catch 90% of spotted bass. But the best thing about this is you can catch all 3 species. But these are our bread and butter.
Wow. So do you actually target an individual species, or do they always mix when you're out on these points?
Really, the largemouth are the only ones that are different, but the smallmouth and the Kentuckys, they're really going to kind of use the same locations and structure. They're going to be on the gravel, the chunk rock banks, out in this open, deep structure like what we're fishing this morning. Now, the largemouth, they're going to be around the timber, boat docks, they're going to be next to some sort of cover.
Okay, well let's put him back, and in fact I want to get you, as soon as you do, to tell the folks if you're coming up here, what kind of tackle should folks pack when they come here, what line size and that kind of thing?
You know, to be honest, it varies a little bit, you know, but in the summertime or the springtime, you're going to want some 12 to 17 pound line. We use a lot of jigs, like this is a pig sticker football jig. We'll use zoom twin tails behind them. Really stay with those green pumpkin watermelon colors, those natural colors, because our water clarity here is going to be 7 to 12 feet most of the time.
Oh, real clear water.
So real clear water, and you're going to want some stuff that's going to be, you know, 1/2 ounce, 3/4, because most of the time, especially in the summer, you're going to be fishing in that 25 to 35 foot range. Drop shot works real well as a top water.
As most of you anglers already know, Oklahoma is famous for its crappie fishing, and the fall and winter months can be especially good. Well, for you crappie anglers and wannabe crappie anglers, I want to make you aware of the Bobby Garland Crappie Pro Monster Fest scheduled for Halloween weekend on Fort Gibson Lake, October 28th through 30th. Kicks off Friday morning at Jean LaRue Lures here in Tulsa, where you can actually see the Bobby Garland crappie baits being made. And then that evening, everything moves to Paradise Cove Marina on Fort Gibson Lake. Starting at 5:30 p.m. going to 6:30, there's a trick-or-treat boat parade featuring the top crappie pros. We'll have trick-or-treat snacks for the kids, open to the public, and then that's followed by free crappie seminars by Kevin Rogers and Todd Huckabee. Both those guys can really tell you how to catch crappie in Oklahoma in the wintertime. That's from 6:45 to 8 p.m. Friday evening. Saturday and Sunday, there are 2 tournaments going on. One is a pro division, one is a family division. The pro is a 2-person team. Serious anglers, they fish both days, top prize at least $2,500. The family, more recreation oriented, fish from the docks, fish from the banks, fishing from boats. Up to 4 family members can fish on a team, and you can fish Saturday or Sunday or both days combined. Lots of good prizes tied to that. Also on Saturday, there's a kids Monster Mash Fishing Derby right there at Paradise Cove Marina, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's free. Come join us for that. That's going to be followed by free hot dogs for the public. Entire information at crappiemonsterfest.com. Check it out. Come join us. One thing about it, you can't catch them if you don't go.
On this week's Lowrance Hot Lake of the Week, I thought we would show you some detail of Table Rock Lake right here in Missouri, where we're fishing today. Normally we don't show you the same lake on the same day, but since we're on kind of a vacation special today, I thought we would do that. So let's locate for you Table Rock Lake, which is south of Springfield, Missouri, down US Highway 65 near Branson. Now, here's a shot on the inside shaded relief mapping of the entire lake, and you can see this lake runs all over the place. It's 43,000 surface acres, 745 miles of shoreline, so you can get lost on this lake if you don't have a guide or a good GPS. We are in the southmost arm of the lake, the Long Creek arm. Big Cedar Lodge, one of the best places to stay, is right here just west of 65 and south of Branson. The lake has got largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass, walleye, catfish, crappie, and white bass, along with brim and spoonbills as well. Now we're going to zoom in and just give you a little more detail of the lake. We are fishing the same area near Big Cedar Lodge, and you can see we're fishing points and rock piles, but mainly if you'll stay off of these rock points like these that I'm showing you highlighted here, you really can't go wrong. You'll have a great chance to catch any of those species. So a trip to Table Rock Lake would definitely be in your best interest. You can get all the information about Big Cedar Lodge at their website. Stay with us when we come back. Cajun Phil and Kevin are next up from Louisiana.
The Southwest Outdoors Report, powered by Chevy, is brought to you by Stren, the standard of dependability, by Jean LaRue Lures and Bobby Garland Baits, quality soft plastic baits made in Oklahoma with American pride. Chevy Silverado, the official truck of the outdoors, and Mercury Marine.
Oh, here's one.
You got one?
Yeah. Oh, he's running with him. It feels like a pretty nice one.
We've moved locations. Welcome back to Table Rock Lake in southern Missouri, everybody. What a great place this is. And this is Brian Snowden.
Oh, we've got a
smallmouth.
smallmouth.
Got us a smallmouth. All right.
Best fighting fish you'll ever catch.
All right. That's a good chunky smallmouth bass right here. The other species that we wanted to catch. Oh yeah, look at that. Walk him back there.
Beautiful smallmouth.
Brian, show the folks what a good Table Rock smallmouth looks like. And actually, you fish for those the same way you do for the spotted bass that we caught earlier, right?
Yeah, they really relate to the gravel and the rocks just like the spotted bass do. So you're going to catch both species a lot of times in the exact same locations.
So we're fishing that same little what do you call that jig we're fishing? It's kind of a football head.
Yeah, it's a football head. It's a pig sticker jig. You can buy them online. Like I say, just stick with your green pumpkin colors. You can't go wrong.
Right. All right, well that one goes back, and let's give you just a little more information about Table Rock. We've already explained to you some about the baits you want to bring, the line, the rods and reels. If somebody wanted to just come and didn't know the lake and didn't have a guide and just wanted to either rent a boat or bring their boat up here, what kinds of areas would you send people to if they've never been on the lake before?
Just look for, in the summertime or the springtime, you want to fish in the coves, gravel flat coves, you know, April through May. Once May comes and you start in June, definitely start looking for those main lake points with a good drop on one side or the other.
Let's start over in Hopedale, Louisiana, where I talked to actually 3 guides. It's Hopedale and Shell Beach area, which is around Chalmette, in case you're wondering where that's at. I talked to Captain John Flatterman, Captain Kerry Audemont, and also Captain Charlie Thomas. And what they tell me is they're limiting out with speckled trout just about each and every day. Some of them having to work a little harder than the others, but they got 30 or 40 ponds. They all have speckled trout in them. They're catching them on live mullet and on live shrimp. Most of them are Carolina rigging or under a poppet carp. As far as Delacroix, Louisiana, called what they call Sweetwater Marina. I talked to Cindy and Captain Jack. Captain Jack's been catching a limit of speckled trout just about every day. On his way in, he stops by some of the ponds throwing gold spoons, and he's catching a pretty good mess of redfish to go along with the speckled trout. So Delacroix is a good area. Sweetwater Marina has live bait, places to stay, everything you want. Over in Lafitte, Louisiana, I call Tofield Bourgeois. Tofield's catching lots of big speckled trout on topwater baits, and he's also catching some nice redfish in the pond. Talked to Captain Donovan Hinton. He's with Lanyap Fishing Charters. Donovan's doing something different. He's using crack crab. He's catching big redfish and big drum. So right now, Lafitte's a good place to go.
Boy, that was weird.
Coming off that break?
Yeah, it dropped straight off the ledge, and he swam straight back under the boat with it before I even realized that I had a fish.
Oh, that's
Smallie.
a nice smallmouth.
All right. Well, we've caught spotted bass, and we've caught smallmouth today, which are the real treats as far as I'm concerned. We don't get to do that a whole lot around where I'm from in Texas. So this has been a real joy. There's a beautiful smallmouth bass for you right there from Table Rock Lake. I want to show you one quick thing before we get out of here, give you a little piece of information. Brian, I appreciate you being with us today for one thing. It's just been a real treat. I love this lake. Tell the folks, though, there are a lot of rock piles around here that the Corps of Engineers put in here, and brush piles, and they can get access to those. Tell them how.
Well, you can just go to the Army Corps of Engineers, look up which lake. There's several lakes in the state of Missouri that they're actually doing this for. It's, you know, fish habitat program, trying to maintain the quality of fisheries we have in this state. And if you go online, you can download them right to a chip, and they work on any Lowrance unit. Fantastic.
So you can go right to some of these exact kinds of spots that we fished today.
The Southwest Outdoors Report, powered by Chevy, is brought to you by Abu Garcia for life. By Navionics, enjoy Navionics anytime, anywhere. By Whataburger, just like you like it. And by Motor Guide Trolling Motors.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time now for our Ask the Pro feature. Our question this week comes to us from Shory in Dallas, who would like to know, how important is jig color in crappie fishing? For the answer, let's check with Mr. Crappie himself, Wally Marshall.
Well, I'll tell you what, over the years, people are saying, oh, if it ain't chartreuse, you can't catch a fish, or if it isn't black and chartreuse, you can't, that's the only color I'll use. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you 3 major colors that I like to use. My favorite color is blue and white. I like lime and chartreuse, and also white and chartreuse. I can take those 3 baits and catch every crappie in the state of Texas.
Thank you, Wally. If you have a question for one of the pros, just visit our website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. Click on the Ask the Pro link and send us your information. Now let's get you back to Barry for our Whataburger Big Catch of the Week.
Hey, we're back at Big Cedar Lodge down at the marina, and I'd like to congratulate this week's winner of the Big Catch of the Week contest. She is 8-year-old Macy Parrish of Hamilton, Texas. And she is shown here with a 30-inch redfish she caught off the Port O'Connor jetties down on the Texas Gulf Coast. If you would like to submit your big fish photo, just go to the website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. Top right-hand corner is everything you'll need to become a member. It's free, and to go to the members only area where you can read my weekly blog, ask a question on the Ask the Pro. You can also log in for the online live chats on the weekends by our team of reporters, see the Chevy Kid Fish schedule, and send in your big fish photo on the big catch of the week. Also, I'd like to remind you that next week's show will be on Thursday night at 10:30 p.m. unless the high school football game runs late. In that event, we'll be on right after the post-game show. We'll also be on Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, and right after the Saturday morning airing at 8:30, we'll be up for the online live chat session Saturday mornings, 8:30 to 9, and I will be hosting the chat session this coming Saturday morning or right after this show if you're watching us on Saturday morning. Log into the website, go to the online chat page, and I'll meet you there 8:30 to 9 o'clock on Saturday. Also, you can see our show 24/7 on the website for this week's episode, and you can see our past episodes on the YouTube channel. You can get all of that right off the front page of the website, and you can also see us on our Facebook page. Lots of content there that you won't see here on the television show. I cannot emphasize enough how fantastic a place for a vacation Big Cedar Lodge is. It's located just south of Branson, Missouri, right on the shores of Table Rock Lake. Come on out, enjoy a fantastic vacation or a great fishing weekend, and you can book Brian Snowden for a guide trip if he's in town when you're here. We'll see you next week from Table Rock Lake in Missouri. I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.